So welcome back to the channel, guys. Easter Sunday, we are going back down to the allotments. It's been a busy couple of weeks of getting plenty in the ground, so we're going down to show you what we've got in there, what we've been doing, and obviously what you can start getting going yourselves if you've got an allotment or even a patch in your garden. So you will have seen on the last video, obviously it all started back at my dad's house. He had a little allotment. We now obviously have quite a substantial allotment, but we've got plenty going into the ground. There's still some things we want to change, there's still some things we want to add, and it's one of those things where there's constantly jobs going on, and I want to get as much food out of the ground this year for my young daughter when she can finally actually eat some food and she's not up to hours all the time for feeding. So a little bit tiring being down here, but there's still plenty to do. You can hear some banging in the background. There's a few guys down here. Perfect weather this Sunday. Let's see so far what's in the ground, how we're getting on, and what's coming next. Hi guys, if you're new to the channel, then welcome to the channel. If you want to hit that subscribe button and help us on that journey to 2,000 subscribers, that would be fantastic. And guys, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. Let's get down there. So back down on the plot. I have been here for an hour watering, to be honest, but let's see how far we've got. So you can see the seed factory has now moved to the polytunnel, so plenty of things that we are getting in pretty soon. You can see up here we have some hanging baskets which we'll get to shortly. Again, plants, we want to get things coming down here, so again, bees, pollinators. So we have got a few more plants in there. Strawberries, we have got plenty of strawberries in with a little bit of hay or straw that we randomly got, myself and Emily, at the supermarket. But here we've got rows of potatoes. So again, what we've done this year is just making sure that we know exactly what is in where. Let's see this side. So we have, if we can get there on, second earlies. We also have some second early Charlottes there. So again, in those rows we've got 13 in each row, so seeded potatoes. We've then also been using this that we've built over the last couple of months to just obviously get stuff going and keep it obviously nice and warm when it has still been having a frost in the morning. So some peas to go in there. We've also got some leeks, garlic even in there. We have planted a lot of lettuce to go in there, but again, conservatory roofing from an old conservatory there, but we can take those out when we want to and just cover them with that green netting we have up there. So again, here another fair few rows of potatoes, so 16 in each row here of seeded potatoes. So again, these are first earlies in here. We haven't got the bags on there, we've just taken those off, and we've got some beans ready to go into there. So if we come over here, these are areas that we didn't use last year. So rhubarb still doing extremely well. We've had a lot of rhubarb off, and so far we've calculated it, if we go off Morrison's prices, we've had about £100 worth off that we've given to people to make crumbles. In here, if we can see, we've got celery in there. We've also got some miniature carrots that we've got, and they will be going in there shortly as well. So again, all this area wasn't used last year, so realistically we're ahead of the game already before we even move on to plot number 1. So again, in here under there, the double canopy, that's just ready to go onto there. But we have some broccoli in there, so broccoli is already in. Again, here we have some more garlic, we have some onion sets that we did overwintering, and raspberries are coming on. So again, these won't be far off right here. We've just spent the last hour watering here on Easter Sunday. So again, more wintering onion sets in there. Parsnips, which are a fan favourite of James Robinson. He's been waiting for those, but they are starting to come along nicely. And we have more onion sets up here, more onions there, and you can see how far along these are. So again, starting to really get some size on those. They might not be too long. And then we have some leeks in here, but Also up here, good to see the lavender plants that cost a fortune last year coming back to life. But herb garden certainly made a comeback. We've got a lot of things going on here that we'll start to use in cooking. So I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be Emily cooking because she doesn't know how to turn the oven on, or probably doesn't even know where it is, to be honest. Under here we have the asparagus that didn't take last year, which was a shame, but we're hoping, because a couple of plots over theirs is starting to come back, we're hoping under there we might see a resurrection. Again, plants, some roses here, climbing roses. They didn't really climb that far last year, so hopefully they start to come a little bit better this year. Currant bushes starting to get some flowers on the apple and pear tree, and gooseberries starting to come. If we go over now onto plot number 3, or my dad's plot, we've got even more rhubarb. If we didn't have enough, we've got even more now. We started to tidy out this back area, which I'll try and find the original. I mean, if you can say that's tidy, that's what we're going with. But more chippings to go down over there. We're going to get that in where my shadow is. So we've taken up those slabs and we're going to continue the theme of chippings. Blackberry bushes coming along. Again, more potatoes in here. And we do have some main crop in there. But over here on, as we keep going with these frames, we have got 60 more onions put in there. So 60 more onions gone into that bed there. Nothing in these beds here, still to obviously get things in. These are again wigwams we are going with for beans and peas. More onion sets right here. We've got some shallots in there, and new raspberry bushes that hopefully will take nicely and will fruit. We've also got a little strawberry patch in the corner, but let's see, we still have no greenhouse, unfortunately. The elusive greenhouse will make it eventually, but let's get into the polytunnel now and see what's going. So I have seen that somebody said to put a water butt into your polytunnel because it's full of water. Again, condensation starts to keep it a little bit more moisture, or keep a little bit more moisture in the air for plants when we get going. So a little bit of weeding left to do down here on Bank Holiday Sunday, or Easter Sunday. But you can see we've got some tumbling tomatoes in there. We can see that we've got some beans down here that will be going outside pretty sharpish, and then we can see in the propagator we have all sorts of things still coming. So we've got some red peppers there, we've got some aubergines, we've got some dwarf French beans. As we go around, we've got some more hanging tomatoes and more things in there, as well as runner beans up here and pumpkins, which could be going in tomorrow, I believe. So we're going to get those in just outside the polytunnel. Everything ready to go. So cucumbers are going to go down here this year, tomatoes down this side, and then up top, so up here, we are going to have some miniature cucumbers that maybe will fall. But today's temperature, latest edition, we're at just over 20 degrees, but we have had the door open because here's one from a week ago when I believe we got up to 85 or around about 33, 34 degrees, depending where you are in the world. So guys, a lot of things going on there. We've been busy, we've been getting a lot of things in the ground. I've just noticed there is a rip in the polytunnel which we will have to fix. We have luckily got some stuff for that. But guys, if you enjoy the content, smash that subscribe button. We'll keep you up to date with everything going in the ground. There's a lot more things to go in. We're getting started. It's only early in the year, but for now we need to fix that right there. And just before we do fix that, here's the latest things in the ground. So some peas in there, again using some twigs and some string just to attach that to. That's the latest thing in the ground. Plenty more things to come.